Sagittarius, how's it? I just pulled your cards and placed them, so now we're ready for go. And this reading is for June 2026. All right, you arrow slinging Sagittariuses, let's cut through the noise for a second. You know that thing you've been doing? That careful dance where you're trying to be strategic, clever, maybe even a little sneaky about how you approach your lifestyle? Yeah, that's not strategy. That's survival mode, wearing a tuxedo. And we need to talk about it. The Seven of Swords is sitting in your present situation. And honestly, it's basically calling you out. Picture this card. Someone tiptoeing away from the enemy camp, carrying 5 swords awkwardly while leaving 2 behind. That's you right now, sneaking away from the enemy camp of your own potential. Half-finished projects, conversations you started but never closed, ideas you pitched but never followed through on. Translation? You sabotaging yourself and calling it being smart. You think you're being strategic, but really, you're just stealing from your own future and hoping nobody notices. The universe notices. And more importantly, you notice. Here's what's wild about your situation right now, Sagittarius. The star is literally crossing your path. And this card doesn't just show up for just anyone. This massive wave of hope, healing, and genuine opportunity trying to crash into your life. The kind of energy that makes things feel possible again. The kind that reminds you why you started creating in the first place. The star is that moment when you look up at the night sky and remember that part of something bigger. It's renewal. It's inspiration pouring down like water from those 2 jugs in the card. What you blocking it? Why? Because the Emperor reversed is sitting at the top of your spread like some overbearing parent who never learned when to let go. Somewhere along the line, you bought into this idea that you need to be rigid, controlled, and professional, whatever the fuck that means. You started chasing someone else's definition of success, probably some authoritarian nonsense about how things should be done. And now, you're exhausted. You're disconnected from the very thing that makes your work yours. The emperor upright builds empires. The emperor reversed just builds prisons and calls them kingdoms. Let's talk about what's really at the root of all this mess. The King of Swords reversed is your foundation. And Sagittarius, this is a problem. This is cold, calculating energy that's completely devoid of empathy. You've been trying to think your way into success when what you really need is to navigate with the heart. This isn't wisdom, it's intellectual tyranny. You've been so busy being right and logical about everything that you forgot art isn't supposed to make sense. It's supposed to make people feel something. The King of Swords upright is brilliant, clear, fair. And reversed, he's cruel, manipulative, using intelligence as a weapon instead of a tool. You built your entire approach on a foundation that values being clever over being genuine. And surprise, surprise, it's crumbling. Let me paint you a picture of what's been happening lately. The Page of Swords reversed shows you've been all over the place mentally, scattered, defensive, maybe even a little petty. Yeah, I'm not judging. We all been there. You say things you don't mean. You start arguments you don't actually care about. You're reacting instead of responding. It's like watching someone throw punches at shadows while the real opponent is standing right behind them. The Page of Swords should be curious, eager to learn, quick-witted, but reversed, they're just quick to anger. All that mental energy with nowhere productive to go. And the people around you, they're noticing. They're either walking away or they're getting ready to. Not because they don't care, but because engaging with this version of you is like trying to have a conversation with the porcupine. The King of Cups reversed is your immediate future. And Sagittarius, it's not pretty. You're heading straight toward emotional chaos. The kind where grand gestures mean nothing because there's no substance behind them. Where promises get made and broken in the same breath. Where you're so caught up in the performance of passion that you forget what genuine connection actually feels like. This is the love bomber energy. All flash, no substance. Empty words dressed up as poetry. The King of Cups, upright, is romantic, creative, emotionally available. Reversed, he's moody, unreliable, all talk and no follow through. Your creative well, it's going to run dry. Not because you lack talent, but because you're pouring from an empty cup while pretending it's overflowing. And financially, let's just say feast or famine becomes your new normal. And there's a lot more famine than feast. The Five of Swords reversed shows how you currently see yourself. As someone who's already lost, someone who's laid down their weapons and walked away from the fight. But here's a twist nobody tells you. Sometimes walking away is the fight. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is look at what you've built and say, this isn't serving me anymore. The Five of Swords upright is about hollow victories, winning the battle but losing the war. Reversed, it's about choosing peace over being right. It's about recognizing when the cost of winning is too high. And maybe that's exactly what you need to do. Sagittarius, listen to me carefully. That's the universe screaming at you to leave, to pack up the emotional baggage, the toxic patterns, the relationships that drain you, and the projects that feel like obligations instead of opportunities. This card, Eight of Cups stacked up, looking pretty, but completely empty of what you actually need. And that figure walking away toward the mountains, toward the unknown. That card is telling you, you've outgrown this. The familiar is killing you. It's time to walk toward the unknown, even if it's scary as hell. This isn't about giving up. It's about growing up. It's about recognizing when you've learned everything a situation has to teach you and having the courage to move on. The Three of Cups is sitting in your hopes and fears position. And Sagittarius, this one's loaded deep in your subconscious. You're terrified. Terrified of celebrating success because what if it doesn't last? Terrified of community because what if they reject you? Terrified of joy because pain feels more familiar. But you also crave it. You want the celebration, the connection, the validation that what you're creating actually matters. You want your chosen family to show up and say, we see you, we get you, you belong here. The Three of Cups is about genuine celebration, friendship, creative collaboration. It's those three figures raising their cups together in authentic joy. The fear and the desire are two sides of the same coin, and they're both keeping you stuck. The Queen of Wands reversed is your final outcome if you keep going exactly as you are right now, defending, deflecting, dimming your light to make others comfortable. Sagittarius, you're going to burn out. Not the romantic artist suffering from their craft burnout, the ugly kind. The kind where you wake up one day and realize you don't even recognize the person staring back at you since forever. Your creativity will block, your confidence will tank, and that magnetic energy that's making your work yours go and flicker out like a candle in a hurricane. This queen should be bold, passionate, unapologetically herself. She's the one who walks into a room and lights it up just by being. But reversed, she's a tyrant who controls everything out of fear, or a doormat who controls nothing and blames everyone else. Neither one is a good look. So what the hell do you do about all this? First, acknowledge that the Seven of Swords is really telling you, stop trying to outsmart the situation. Stop looking for the clever angle or the strategic play. Your intuition already knows what needs to happen. You're just too scared to listen to it. Second, lean into the star's energy. That hope isn't naive, it's necessary. Let yourself believe that healing is possible, that renewal is available, that you don't have to keep gallibolting your way through life. Is that even a word? Third, get brutally honest about the Emperor reversed. What rigid beliefs are you clinging to? Whose rules are you following? What would happen if you gave yourself permission to lead differently, with flexibility instead of force? Fourth, examine that King of Swords reverse foundation. Where are you being cold when you should be warm? Logical when you should be intuitive? Cutting when you should be connecting? Fifth, honor what the Eight of Cups is asking you to do. Walk away. Not in defeat, in growth. Leave behind what no longer serving you. Even if it did once, even if it's comfortable, even if people don't understand. And finally, let yourself be seen, the real you, not the polished, professional, I've got it all together version. We're talking about the messy, passionate, still figuring it out version that the upright Queen of Wands would be proud of. That's the one people actually connect with. That's the one who gets to experience the Tree of Cups celebration for real, not as fantasy, but as lived experience. Sagittarius, you got two choices here. Keep playing the game the Seven of Swords had you trapped in and watch the same patterns repeat until you're too exhausted to care. Or burn it down and build something that actually reflects who you are now, not who you were trying to be 3 years ago. The star is handing you a reset button. The Eight of Cups is showing you the door. The upright Queen of Wands is waiting on the other side. The only question is whether you're brave enough to walk through it. So that's it, Sagittarius. That's your reading for June 2026. Mahalo and aloha. And we'll catch you guys on the flip.